Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just put up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to it. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need
one drink. I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things we're brought to you by is Minecraft Central. Yes, this is one of the things that I do appreciate y'all going to and subscribing and checking out, because it's going to change your mindset to get you away from a lot of hurts that we constantly repeat on ourselves. One of the things I can tell you, I took the class, and one of the things I always try to do is reboot myself. I listened to it, and I was trying to do these great words to inspiration, but then I have to reboot because I've been taught so much negative that I got to get it out for positive. And I like to say discourse will help you stay on a positive, I like to say it's positive track compared to where I was at. I was in a bad place. I'm not in that place no more. Take class, find out for yourself. Minecraft Central. Try it out. Now, I got to get back to this person that made that. It made it happen and comes to me each and every time, almost going on 7 years, September the 17th. Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
I'm doing good, Smooth J. Everything's lovely, man.
Here with a smile.
Everything good,
time,
man.
You know, y'all can't beat this.
Yeah, how you doing tonight, man?
Man, I'm going to tell you, man, it's been nice. Again, it's always been a struggle because life brings you so much. But I honestly got to admit, I constantly keep telling myself, we're looking at that and control what you control.
Yes.
We're trying to be like, oh, you seen this. I heard this is coming. And this lockdown might be. And I'm sitting there like, I can't control that.
You can't
But
control
what I can control is how I feel and what I can do.
Right.
So went out, tailgated, did some different things. And so far, this has been a very nice holiday weekend. I had a day of rest. I have no complaints. And I hope all y'all have a blessed, wonderful holiday as well. And continue to have that past the holidays until we get done with life. Enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life.
That's all I would want out of everybody.
Yeah.
Enjoy your life.
That's a great way to start our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth J. And we are here to liberate your minds and souls with a fantastic dialogue. We got a neat subject tonight for you. It goes like this. Men say that women give their best selves and prime years to the toxic men. Then want a good man when they're quote unquote damaged good. Now, I didn't make this up.
No, you didn't.
But I do think it's a healthy topic,
It's
and
time.
we're going to turn it on both sides, the men's side and the women's side.
Yes.
And let's pull some gravy out of this topic.
Definitely.
We like this show to be a little therapeutic, just because, you know, when you talk about things, you typically talk about them on the surface. We like to get underneath the surface and talk about what's really happening.
Right.
What does it really mean? How's it really impacting us, etc. And so we hope that you can grow during this show, hearing our stories and opinions. And of course, you know, we just want to be leaders here in our own community.
Yes.
And so let's all just have a great time here
Yes,
tonight
yes.
on Bar Talk with Jay. Of course, we always start the show off with a prayer. And I need Jay.
I'm going to need you to pray over this one big time.
Okay.
Over the topic by itself.
Woo, this is a, you know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus type scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just hand it over to the Lord in the way that we do. Heavenly Father, we come into your presence right now, just thanking you for all that you are and all that you do in our lives. We give you all the praise. We give you all the glory. And we just ask tonight, Heavenly Father, that you would inspire us in the area of relationships between men and women.
Yes.
We are wanting to hear what's really going on underneath the surface. Are men not paid attention to until they become older and mature? What's really happening in this equation, Heavenly Father? Inspire us with your wisdom and your intelligence and your understanding. Give us direction. Show us the right way in our own relationships and in our own lives. We ask that this time, Lord, be a place that you can nurture our spirit. And so we hand it over to you, allowing you to do your good and your perfect work. Be here in this show and represent the superstar that you always are in our lives. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Yes.
Yes.
I felt that.
Amen. Because we need some understanding, Jay.
We always have. That's one of our number one prayers.
You know, it's kind of a Minecraft quote, Minecraft discussion, but in the end of all things, the answer to every problem, whether it's money, whether it's sickness, whether it's relationships, whether it's anything, the answer to all of it is wisdom and understanding.
I would agree.
He said wisdom are more valuable than rubies and pearls and gold. Right? Wisdom is the answer. And I never understood it for so many years. I was saying it and I was studying it. But if you need money, the only way to get to the money, is through wisdom. There's something that you need to understand, and when you understand it, you'll take action in a certain direction, and when you take action in a certain direction, the Lord will be waiting for you when you get there. You see what I mean?
I hear you. And I like that.
We need understanding. We need wisdom. How do you fix your problem? Ask the Lord for wisdom to fix the problem. You need a bill paid? Ask the Lord for wisdom to pay the bill. You need your car fixed, you need transportation, you need friends, you need rest, peace, freedom. Ask for understanding and wisdom, and it will automatically resurrect your spirit. The intelligence and the wisdom and the information and the knowledge and the analysis and the data that the Lord can put in your head will shift you. And so the shifting will happen on the inside. And so we can never take for granted this idea of wisdom, this idea of understanding, because as we seek the understanding to solve our problems, that understanding will give us the inspiration to solve the problem.
Yes.
This is the way the Lord has set the system up. And so that if you're always seeking wisdom, then you're always moving toward the promised land.
Okay.
Because the only way to get to the promised land, you got to know something to get to the promised land.
Right.
Right? It ain't about what you have. It ain't about what you did. You have to know something to get to the promised land.
Come on now.
Right? If you want to be rich, you got to know something to get rich and to stay rich and to be rich.
You preaching.
It ain't about what you got, where you been, how you coming, left to right. It's about what you know. And if you don't understand that the Lord is trying to tell us that what knowing is his wisdom and his understanding.
Come on.
Right? Beginning of wisdom is the beginning of understanding the Lord.
Yeah, that was all you're gonna say our prayer.
Man, you know, I'll go on and on, Jay. I'm gonna get us on topic tonight because this is a fabulous topic. So shall we dive in?
Why not, man?
All right, it goes like this. And I'm, as I'm saying the topic again, I don't want nobody
to come for you.
To come for me. This is not about bashing, all right?
No.
Let's take this conversation and let's go toward men and women. Fair enough? But I'm just going to read it how it reads.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Men say that women give their best selves and prime years to the toxic men, the good-for-nothing men. And then they want a good man when they're, quote-unquote, damaged goods.
Wow.
Now,
Now,
that sounds like men is saying that they don't want me until they done run amok. They don't want me until they done hit hard times or until they got to settle for less. You know what I'm saying? Because they thought all that other stuff was the more, but the more was right here. And so they had to be exhausted of all that nonsense. And now they come to me, kind of damaged goods, kind of beat up a little bit, kind of broke,
yeah, a little,
kind of, shy, maybe sad, maybe mad. A lot of women now, they express their temperament. So now they mad and a little temperamental and anxious and, kind of stressed out. And I come along with a normal, quote unquote, healthy disposition, and I run into an unhealthy disposition.
Correct.
That could be challenging.
Very much so.
What you got to say about it, Jay?
I like to say, man, again, this is not for all. This is just, again, a few. I'm not going to say a lot of people are like, it's a conversation. And the reason I got to put that out there is like a disclaimer, because they're going to come for me too, Craft. I already feel it. But one of the things I want to do is still have this conversation, because, again, I really feel like it's on both ends. I think women and men get to a point where they have relationships early on and they don't really know what relationships really are all about. They ain't really seen a healthy relationship, so they just did the best they could do, and a lot of times that led them astray. And again, I don't want to blame anybody, but I have done that myself early in my years.
Okay.
I like to say I was probably toxic. I didn't think about it at the time, but I was running around and I had my own thoughts and vision. It took me a little bit maturing and understanding that once I had kids and I had responsibility, I started looking at things differently. And I had to start thinking differently. Before, I was thought about myself. It was all about me. Then I had kids. I started having to think about my kids. Then I started thinking about my girl. So now I got kids, girl. So I'm thinking about things outside of me. And that wasn't my usual. That wasn't my norm. It was just about me. So I was a selfish, pompous behind that had to grow into a better person. So through time, I learned some things and I started applying when I had a lot of failures. When things didn't go right, I was like, oh, let me reevaluate this. Because now my kids are hurt. Now my girl is hurt. Let alone me. I can go through some of this hurting, but they shouldn't have to. So it changed my mental. So it made me more caring. It made me a stronger person because now I had to start thinking about the things I do. I couldn't just be reckless. I just couldn't quit a job, knowing I had to take care of responsibility. I knew I could before because I could get another one quickly. But when you got bills piling up, people want things other than you, you got to be thoughtful of all the things that you do. So I can't just have regular slip-ups like I used to be able to do in my single days. And I like to say that what made me into a stronger person. So now when somebody else date me, they like some of the qualities they see. I had to grow to be where I'm at. So when I date somebody that might be younger, I have to take into account for the fact that they might not have grown like I did.
Right.
So again, they've been through their toxic relationship, but they didn't get a chance to get healed. I did. So I don't want to be judgmental, but it's something that's going to be hard for me because you come in with a lot of things that I might not have time for. I don't have time to sit you down to see if I can get you to heal from a broken heart that somebody else did, and I'm not trying to do. It's like I'm always defending myself because you didn't let go a lot of your damn pain. And now we arguing about your past more than our future. It hinders a lot of our relationships when a lot of people just don't know how to let go. I get it because I had to go through it myself. Is it fair to them? Not necessarily, but it ain't fair to me either. Because I'm not allowing myself to be hurt and going through something that I already know I've been through. And by me going through it, I mean, I'm suited for you. I'm suited for a person that can still see into me and add value to our relationship. And I don't always get that. It's always what you can get out of me or where you at compared to where you at. They talking about bring the table. I'm tired of talking about the damn table.
Right.
I'm talking about can you see into me for we can grow and make something of what we got. Compared to all this, you got this, you got to have that. I can have somebody with less, but they can't have less of a mindset. If you're not willing to let me do me and be the best me I can be, then you ain't for me.
Yeah, and you know what that really means, Jay?
What's that?
When you talk about bringing something to the table, we are the table, right? And I will allow you to rest your whole living soul on the top of my table.
And then support you.
And support you in every possible way. But I'm going to need that space nourished.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I run the table.
Yeah.
To hold the food and the things that you can bring to help this along.
Yeah.
Not just what you can take.
Yeah.
Because it looked like you got a nice table that's already completed. Well, it ain't going to ever be completely completed because, again, I'm still having that relationship with the Lord, and I just need us to have one as well, and then we can make that more complete. And again, what I vision and what He has for me is still to be seen. And that's why I start walking through life a little differently. And I'm not quick to jump into a relationship or get into something other than something that's healthy. Because I've been unhealthy. I've been ran amok. I've been ran astray. And I ran some people astray. I am not perfect by any means. Anybody come over here in this setting, please understand. It might look good. It might be all this. It's more to me than meets the eye. It takes a strong person to really want to deep in me to see what I am. Most people just want the glamour. They want the looks. They want this car, house. Listen, that's all cute. I can get that all day long. But can I get you to understand how I get it? It's the concept behind how I make my money. Not just the fact that I go to work. Okay? That's all good. I love what I do. So it's going to keep coming. Because I had to figure it out. That's what I need. Somebody passionately understanding where I'm going, what I'm doing, and then I can continue doing what I do. And it makes it easy. People chase money. I chase my dream. And my dream makes money. Y'all figure that out and you'll live a happier life. Keep chasing what you can't understand and you're going to be a miserable ass person, probably with another toxic ass person. And then y'all going to make a remedy that I don't want. Do you, I'm going to do me. And that's just how I kind of feel about when they say that, because some people have to grow. Now, do everybody go through toxic relationship? I would say no, because some good people meet other good people and they just grow. Is every relationship perfect? No, that don't make it toxic. No, it makes it toxic when you take it there. No, you're not going to always understand each other. You're not going to always get along.
That's right.
That does not make a toxic situation.
That's right.
Makes it toxic when you start to put your hands on, you start to do other things, and you're involving drugs to make you feel better because you don't even know your real problem. That's when you're going to start getting into more toxic things and make things more dangerous. My whole thing is to get to the root cause early on so you can start seeing the changes that you need to make. And that's individual changes because y'all two selfish people. So when y'all make individual changes for each other, it makes it great. And then you got success. To me, because you planned it out and it's successful, you probably living a life that you dreamed of and thought of compared to just riding along somebody's coattail. It's going to be up to you. I like to say it can go either way. I just got to say when I'm with somebody that's toxic, they normally push their way on me. And I'm a strong dude and I'm not going to fight you.
Right.
I'm that person you can shake your head, you can go off on me, you can say everything you want to say underneath the sun. And I'll probably walk away from you because I'm trying not to get in my feelings to give you what you gave me. Okay? That energy that you did, I'm going to absorb and let go because I've been through that. So when I come back to you, you're going to be like, oh, you couldn't handle me then. No, it's just I didn't want to argue with you. I'm going to come back where I can talk outside of my feelings that you tried to put me in. I want to talk factual. If I feel a certain way, I don't need you to hype me up for me to be yelling how I feel. I feel like I need to walk away from that situation and I'm going to have to take time to cool off. And I'm going to give you time to think about all the things that you said because you can't get them back. I'm remembering all of them. And when I come back, I ain't got to tear you down by all what you said. I can tell you exactly how I feel about that situation. And I might be able to tell you that I didn't like how you handled it. At that point, we're going to make a decision. We're going to keep going or not. But what we're not going to do is keep going down the slippery slope that we already know is going to end us in a relationship failure. But that tends to happen when you don't communicate. And you don't feel the same way as another person. And you hold it in. Because then you explode. When your explosion happens, you can tell me how wrong I was. It really was off a bunch of other failures that you didn't comment.
Yeah.
And then you think it's fair to go off on me and neck swinging. And then you might want to swing some stuff. Your anger need to be in control all the time. Because my kids or your kids don't need to see that. And that's the violence that we're showing them. And then we're talking about how civilized we are. I can show you all the time where we don't show civilization worth a damn. We don't care about civilization. We don't care about civilized. We don't care about nothing. We care about how we feel. And you better know how I feel. As a matter of fact, if you don't know how I feel, I'm going to make you feel what I feel. So then I get more violent. I get aggressive. These are the things that we need to push back because that's what makes more toxic relationships. Mm-hmm. And that's the sad thing to me because I've seen enough of it. And that's why I said I don't want it. And I like to say back when I was younger, I had it too. You come at me, I swear to you, any words you had to say, I had words back.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could cuss me out and say that I couldn't cuss your ass back. I can cut you down without ever touching you. I never cared to touch anybody, but I promise you I will make you feel so little that you would touch me. And that's no good either. I wasn't no better than they was. And that's what I had to change. And that's what I'm hoping y'all get out of this is the growth from where you're trying to go.
Growth.
Not just being an asshole. Sometimes it's necessary. You can't always agree with people, but it ain't necessary to be that way.
So let's kind of you got so much there, Jay. I got
that's
a
fine.
page full of notes, man, of good stuff, and just outstanding dialogue on the topic and what people go through in relationships, what people are experiencing. Because as I listen to Jay, some of the things he's talking about is based upon his history.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the things that he's talking about is based on her history. And so now we got not only just two people standing in front of each other right now, that we have each other's history standing in front of each other right now, right? And, just so that I want to share this quick story and we all can identify with it, right? Mm-hmm. We've all seen those movies where the real pretty girl is friends with, the nerd or the dud guy. Right. And he tries desperately to treat her right and to love up on her. But no, she wants the head of the football team. She wants the captain of the football team, right? She wants the captain of the basketball. She wants the popular guy. She wants the guy. But in every single one of those scenarios, the popular guy is toxic. And everybody can see it except her. Right? Everybody knows he's a jerk. Everybody knows he's a womanizer. Everybody knows he's a gangster. Everybody knows he doesn't respect his own family, his own mama. Everybody knows that. But yet this woman keeps chasing after that guy. Right?
You know why, right?
And why would you say that is, Jay? Why does she keep chasing after him?
Because he's toxic. To me, he's on the end.
He's what?
He's on the end.
He's on the end.
Yeah. He's on the person that's on the end. And the inside that everybody wants to be.
Oh, so we're buying his status.
Right.
Oh, because we're not buying his character.
He already popular because of he's a quarterback. Okay. On the basketball team. He's a star player. He already got a starlight where somebody be like, ooh, he gonna be something. Right. They automatically feed into that automatically.
So they're not really...
He the bad boy with the look. And he ain't taking no mess off of nobody because women still want protection.
And that's appealing.
It's always, and that's what it is. I say appealing, not knowing.
But it's not keeper material.
But again, it's not knowing. They don't know them, but it's just a quality that they just like. And they gravitate to. And guess what? If they really date them, they will see it. But they too busy got this person next to them showing them the real compassion and like, and they ain't paying that no attention.
But here's the thing. She does get to know him. Right? Because we're talking about that she has given her best self and her prime years to this toxic man. And now that she's done with him, now that he done left her home and there are so many nights, now that he done not been there for birthday and holiday celebrations, now that he's, just really taking advantage of this very good woman. Now you bring your challenged self, your damaged self over to me, and I operate quite differently than he does. So now your history is getting in the way of our right now. Does everybody hear what I just conveyed, Ray? That all of your historical perspective about men, all of the decisions you made about a man, all of the experiences that you longed for and couldn't get. Like, I don't know, man. Your history is getting in the way of the right now. So that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about people who come maybe with bad habits, low expectations, negative attitudes. They just been beat up. They just been hurt and they never healed. And now I need to, do something different in order to help them heal.
But remember,
and listen, there's a fine line in that equation. The fine line is that, and you said it, Jay, unfortunately, we have time constraints in this relationship in order to create fairness, right? I might not have 5, 6 years to help you get over that nonsense. I might not have years of my life to even though I know you're a good woman, but I can see some things in you that probably not going to change in the next some years, 7 years, right? That may be a good dude in front of you. He may be a real good dude, but just like the captain of the football team, he's not a keeper because of what he's been through. He's been through so much. He's shell shocked. And, one of the things that we've talked about numerous times on this show is that nobody's healing. We don't know how to heal. We don't know how to get over these major hurdles and valleys and setbacks that we have in life. And as a result of that, we're taking our broken selves into new relationships. It's like you don't put old wine into new wine skins. You know what I mean? Or new wine into old wine skins, right? So now, as the dating years get later and later and later for all of us in life, we're having to not only weigh if this is a good person, but we're having to weigh, can I manage the time constraints? Right? Because there's always going to be some boxes unchecked. There's always going to be some things about this person who you wouldn't choose, but you like the other stuff that they bring. You fall in love with these things, but they come with one or two of these other dark areas. And so do you have the time? Do you have the patience? Are you willing to take the risk to deal with some of those? And the challenge is you may, and I would imagine this happens a lot in second and third marriages. Right? Okay. Second and third marriages, everybody's kind of bobbling all of their history. And, as a man, I'm thinking, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? Grass is greener. In my second marriage, grass is greener than the first marriage. This woman takes care of me. She seemed like she really loved me. She seemed like she really want to help me. The grass is greener. But sometimes, in that second marriage or that third marriage, like, hey, I should have kept the problems I had. Because this right here ain't going to work out. And the reason this ain't gonna work out is because of her history, right? And I know women, you've had it where his history is, and maybe he's done a little too much in that small town you live in. Maybe too many people know him. He'd probably be a good catch if you could catch him out in the middle of Nevada somewhere, in the middle of nowhere, and you just have small town USA living, and nobody knows you, and you don't bring up the old past. And I'll tell you, it's something that come up in my mind in this conversation, is that when you are entering into people's history and familiar grounds, sometimes the best thing to do is to create something brand new. Move to a new city. Right? You both were married in that small town. Everybody, all family know each other. Everybody know each other. Sometimes get a fresh start. Go to a brand new city. Move an hour away where nobody knows you so you can build your life. That's a part of the healing. Part of the healing is getting all of my family and all of the neighborhood and all these other naysayers out of my life. Right? Because every time they see something, an outfit, every time they see me going to a certain event, every time they think this or think that, they popping off at the mouth. And I'm having to deal with it because it's going back to my significant other. It's going back to my lady. Or you ladies know sometimes they go back to your dude and it wasn't even like that. You just stopped and saw him in the parking lot and hugged his neck. You stop for a 20-second interaction. Next thing you know, somebody in the family misconstrued it, and now it's going back to y'all seeing each other and talking, right? What that suggests is that in order to build a strong relationship, especially as you move through the later years of your life, you really have to find a way to discard the history. And you mentioned it as well, Jay, changing. I gotta change. I cannot treat this person like I treated my last person. I cannot think that this lady is that lady. And I should treat all ladies the same way. Each woman has a very unique pattern to her heart, a very unique pattern to her mind. And so you got to learn the person that you're with.
Correct.
And the hope is that you both can let go of the past. Maybe there is an opportunity to bring all the good from the past that you learned, how to take care of them, how to nurture them, how to listen to them, where you got in trouble and you ain't going to do it again, what you did wrong and you're not going to do it again. There's that. Right. There's that opportunity. But ultimately, both parties are going to need to seek change. And how about this? We need to seek healing for the things that we've been through, but we're still going to be together today.
Mm.
Help me heal, spouse.
Mm.
Help me heal, significant other. I know
Mm.
that she tore me down. I know that he abused you.
Mm.
Now, because I know that he abused you, I'm going to tiptoe, because I love you. I'm going to tiptoe with your emotions from now on. I'm going to bite my lip just a little bit more. I'm going to keep my mouth closed a little bit more because I know you're sensitive because of what you've been through.
Same.
I'm willing to do that because I love you. I'm willing to do that because I knew the struggle when you came into my life.
My goodness.
Right? I can't know the struggle and then decide 2 years later I don't want to deal with struggle, because the struggle comes with this person.
Struggle's real.
The struggle's real. It's not, the struggle is not just a laissez-faire act of randomness. The struggle comes with this person. If you marry somebody who has children, the struggle comes with her and her children.
Yes.
You can't marry her and not take care of her children.
Come on.
Right? You can't marry him and not do his daughter's hair on the other side when she comes for visitation. You should be putting your best foot forward for him. Right? And I'm kind of getting emotional about it.
No, we're getting real now, because I ain't gonna lie to you.
Been through some of this
You done
stuff.
hit so many things that I wanted to say something. I wanted to comment, but you was
Go
on
ahead.
fire. I ain't even want to interrupt. You know why?
Yeah.
I felt the passion.
Yeah.
I felt you
Yeah.
in a way that,
Yeah.
let it grow.
Yeah. And
Let it grow.
Jay, what the passion that I'm experiencing right this very moment is not for me.
No,
The
never
passion
did.
that I'm experiencing right now is for the sake of love. Right?
Oh, give it to
Like sometimes that history and sometimes people's things and stuff hinder them from experiencing real love.
Yes.
Real love. You know what I'm saying? I know what real love feels like.
Mm.
I hope that you know what real love feels like. There's no words to describe what real love and a real relationship and a real ride or die in your corner. There's no words to explain that. It's super powerful. It's all natural. It exceeds every relationship that we've ever had with anybody under the sun. And so my words are that I want people to find a way to make these relationships work.
And
I don't care if it's your second or your third or your fourth marriage. Dig in and make it work.
and I'm
My
okay.
greatest regret to date
What's that?
is that I didn't make it work. That's where this passion is coming from.
And that's a
I
good
didn't
passion,
fight
though.
to make it keep working, and I need to see people around me strengthened by my story. Fight for it a little more. Fight for it another day, another week, another month, another year.
Say it.
You can get through this.
Preach it.
I've been so down on relationships because I see all this divorce and I see all this fallout.
So about
But even in the midst of divorce, even in the midst of fallouts, even in the midst of breakups,
right.
I'm seeing people having experienced love.
Mm.
They may not call it love anymore, but there was a time when I could see them holding hands, when I could see them sitting down laughing together, when they used to take trips together, when they used to talk and run a business together. I used to see all of that good stuff. And so, there's just so much good to be had in a love, but the love is being tainted by the kind of stuff that we're talking about tonight.
Right.
Try not to judge people by their history. Try to be a little more patient.
Okay.
Try to renew yourself to be with the new person, not with the old person.
Correct.
The fundamentals of the game, Jay.
Mm.
I'll let you talk to him.
Bro, let me tell you, you hit on so many, man, and let me tell you something. I love the emotion and the passions you put into that. And again, for the women that's out there watching, that's how passionate and real this is. It's not pre-recorded. This is one of the things I can tell you that it is real. As I tape it, and you might get it later, it is done with our passion and things that we went through. We've both been through marriage. We've both been through divorce.
Yeah.
There's going to be some things out of that hurts us to our heart. Because again, failure was something that we was not looking at, and divorce is not something we were seeking. But then, since we went through it and been through other relationships, we're going to start talking about the things that we also know as failures.
Right.
And it ain't just us. It's things that's coming together.
Right.
So I'm going to back up, and one of the things I'm going to talk about is like moving out. I lived with my mom when I was younger, naturally, because she raised me. So when I got of age, I had to get away from my mom. I love her to death. I had to move away. You know why? I had to become my own man. And I can't be my own man around somebody else. So not only did I move out in Akron, where I'm originally from, and moved into an apartment with my girlfriend, I actually moved out of Akron when I had the opportunity when my best friends went through a heartache. And he said, hey, man, I want to go down to Georgia. And I said, you know something? I'm coming with you. And he like, yo, man, you got a crib, kids. You ain't leaving. Man, but I got to. I want to start a new life. I said, well, I want to do something different too. So I went to my job, told them I wanted to leave, take a leave of absence. This case it didn't work and I had to come back. Took a leave of absence. Again, when you do good work, that will help you because they was like, yeah, we don't want to see you go, but we'll give you that leave. So they gave me the leave. Came, and of course I never went back, but left with him. He did not believe me. He was about to leave me. But I called him, he picked me up, and we came down here. And I went back to get her and my kids later, but I came down here with the mission of doing something different. You know why? I was tired of Akron. I was tired of everybody knowing me and putting me in situations that I didn't care for. Now, let me tell you two things about running, okay? I didn't run. I wanted to achieve a better goal. Knowing that I was making bad decisions, don't change it no matter where the hell you go. But to get a fresh start and put new things that I knew I wanted to do gave me that opportunity. I didn't come down here to run the streets. I came down here to find a job, to do something for my family away from what I was doing. I was able to do it because no one knew me. So you're able to make a better identity with strangers than you is back home. Because back home, I want to remind you. I don't need nobody to remind me where I came from. I need somebody to understand where I'm going. And that's what you set precedent to, but you got to have that in you. Please don't think you're going to run and just going to leave you. No, responsibility stays with you. You got to figure it out. And that's why I enjoy coming down here. And then I can go anywhere I want. It doesn't matter about the ATL. I can go anywhere. I was just in Nashville. I got the cowboy look on because I was enjoying myself while I was up there, but don't get me wrong. It ain't the same as ATL. But please understand, I'm going to make the best of my environment wherever I'm at because I have to become strong and understand that. That's what builds up your confidence that make you a stronger person. That's something that I can only tell you got to go through. And staying in a comfortable place will make you stay comfortable and weak. You have to get out there. Life to make success means you got to struggle. The struggle makes you stronger. Weak people do weak things. Strong people go through things. So be strong and go through them. If you got to make the move, make the move. How you going to do it? Make a plan and try. Failure is just one of the things that you go through. It doesn't make you a sorry person. It don't make you a person that somebody just look down at. Let me tell you something. When I see somebody out there on the street, I don't look down to them because they're on the street, because that's 2 seconds away from me. I look at them as, hey, you know something? If it's something I can do, I'm going to try to do. Bottom line, I can't do everything for you. Because long as you learn where you need to be, you will be back. Okay? Just like there was times I had to talk to my man, Kraft. And Kraft boosted me up. One of the things he boosted is confidence within yourself. And something no one ever knows. I wrote a check that I ain't going to ever tell y'all, but he knows. What's in my wallet that I wrote to me. And it's something I have to look at every so often. So when I feel down, I know what I'm looking at and what's going to happen because it's a promise to me. That's not to quit. It ain't just to work. It is to think through things to make it happen. Just going to a 9 to 5 will never achieve what I wrote on this check. It's not going to happen. What's going to happen is I'm going to find a way, other ways. And I'm going to make it happen. And that's why we're doing this show. To give you the passion and to get you off your ass. Quit sitting on the couch talking about what you're going to do. Your woman going to leave you. Your kids going to resent you. And it's all because of you. Because you don't know what the hell you want to do. Get up and do it. Nike said the best thing. Just do it. You might not know how to try. If nothing else, inbox us. Go to Minecraft Central. Go to the class. Do something other than bragging and getting on TikTok with this ignorant shit and give yourself a chance. It ain't about being famous, it's about being the best you. If I never hit a famous lick, if I did some things that make me proud of what I'm doing, that's what I'm living for. Everybody else got to have the glory, the money. It's more behind the money than what you know. You don't even know how to get it, but you want it. Most people tell me how they can spend $1 million, but they damn sure can't tell me how to make it. I need us to think differently in relationships and everything else. That's why we say it's toxic, because a lot of relationships is not healthy. I want you to have a healthy relationship to endure the society pushing you to do negative things. I've seen so much negative on social media right now. My stomach is upside down and bubbling. I just want to let you know there's more to it than what you're seeing on TV. Grab your Bible, grab your scripture, and just understand there's power within you. Just because everybody else acting like a nutty buddy don't mean you have to. If you next to a person that's acting crazy, that don't mean you have to act crazy too. It is time for us to come together, good people, to realize we have to be better at what we do. We don't need to keep doing the same. I watch people cuss out, do things, and that don't mean I have to do the same and I know how. Some things I gotta let go. But what I can tell you is I can show you that love that Kraft was sitting there showing you passionately. I do know about that too. And that's what I want to get back to. But I can't give it to everybody. That love is for people that I can honestly look at and say, I love you for a reason. Because I see that back in me through them. Not just everyone. Everybody's not showing me this, and a lot of people are showing me a lot of ill will. I don't want to be like you. But I will tell you all day long, don't come for me. Okay? Keep your stuff over there. Because you come over here, one thing I can tell you, I am a good spiritual brother, but I will throw hands with anybody that feel like they want to throw hands with me. Because I don't bring that. That's not what I'm about. I'm a person that loves people to a degree, but what I really love is the fact that we giving up something that ain't nobody even asked for. No one even asked for our story, and we give it freely.
And we have to close out now. This has been Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. And we want to thank you folks for being with us tonight. Again, just our opportunity to be leaders here in the community. We're here every Thursday from 7 to 8, Facebook Live. Please like, share, subscribe,
Yes.
We're on every major platform. Please go and check us out and come back, bring your friends and family. Never forget we do this, folks, because we love you and we appreciate you. And with that, we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.